truth, Yahweh. It's the body of the flesh. I'ma bring you the truth. We're electricity. Try to confuse the creativity. Why we establish the tone? To the Trinity. Like when I got my tone. We are the Trinity. Made up body of own. No more activity. So I say my shows like ability. People making the deals. So much activity. So much better and known. There's no stability. So I'm a tone. Activate my divinity. There's a lot of the home. I don't need stability. So I'm the soul. And the people tranquility. People see the tune. And I can see nobody hears me. Singing them all too long. So that they can't let the people go home. Raise the drop of the land. But I hear my own song. We got truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I do the Holy Spirit. Man, everything I do. Mr. Gave this in. Give you a root of the all. Man, these men. We got truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I do the Holy Spirit. Man, everything I roots. Mr. Gave this in. Give you a let's go. That's truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I use the Holy Spirit. Man, everything up loose. If the game is in, give you a proof. So let it again. So let's go. That's truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I use the Holy Spirit. Man, everything up roots. If the game is in, give you a proof. So let it again. So let's go. Let's go to Japan. Let's just go to do because Yahweh is king. And spread the news. Yo, come on with his hands. This is for you. Everybody go here. I'm gonna groove my two. I'm gonna hit the cruise. I'm gonna diamond in the sand. They're giving me clues. On the right hand, man. Let's take the two. You understand it. Nothing but your shoes. You got a source in the hand. Refuse to lose. Hold your stand. All problems confused. You're my man.
Yo, Miller was good, bro.
Evolution is banned. We live the fuse. But I plant my sand. Just in the roof. Man, I went with them. With those shoes, man. Took it on the chin. Even booze, man. Think you in Japan. Blood, I'll be putting something in the can. Refuse to school, y'all. Let me give you a pen because we ain't no fool. Damn, you paying dollars on my food. You said my skin, go to time to move. What up, gang? You know the source to prove. What up, gang? You know the source to prove. So let's go. Ladies, man, we got truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I do the Holy Spirit. Man, everything up, Bruce. If it is, and give you a boost. Let it begin. So let's go. Ladies, man, we got truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I do the Holy Spirit. Man, everything up, Bruce. If it is, and give you a boost. Let it begin. So let's go. Ladies, man, we got truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I do the Holy Spirit. Man, everything up, Bruce. If it is, and give you a boost. Let it begin. So let's go. Ladies, man, we got truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I do the Holy Spirit. Man, everything up, Bruce. If it is, and give you a boost. Let it begin. So let's go. Let it groove around the king on the floor. Happiness is bring what's up, bro. Can't see, man, I'm getting my wings on the truth. But I know what's things. I'm in the move. We're in the hand. We sing. We saw losers like we have in the lane. We improve. Vibrations of things. We listen to us. Everybody that's swing. Man, so who's man goes to the who's spring. Who's the spring. On my loop. And I'm getting my range. We the truth. My words, they paint. They're the truth. It's every game. We improve. Cause I went to my band. It's in the future. Shit's always ends. And I salute. And I burn it in. Give me the loop. I got me a band. So the name is band. That's truth. Now it's time to ascend. So I use the Holy Spirit. Man, everything up, Bruce. I give it sense. Give you a boost. Let's grow your band. Remember, reduce. With this up in the land. We reduce. High people's against the demons. We ain't. We got ready to stand. So let's do it. All my hands. We got roots. Man, course of land. We don't believe. We are almost the same. We the truth. Every time you can stand the proof. Oh, man, y'all. Let's go. Yahweh.
Yo, what's up, Villain? How you doing, bro? I'm glad you're good, bro. Listen, I'm good, bro. I'm chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Round with the Lord, bro. You already know. Real quick, bro. Welcome back to Helping Humanity Evolve. My name is Jose. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're happy and healthy. Hope you're meditating and connecting the source, bro. You know, we love you. We miss you. We want you to come home. You know what I'm saying? Quick shout out, man. Shout out to my subscribers. I love you, man. Shout out to Source. I love you guys. You hear me? Shout out to my ancestors. Shout out to my archangels, my angel guides, my demon guides, and my spirit guides. I love y'all, bro. Shout out to the universe. Shout out to the Galactic Federation. Shout out Triple Everything. I fucking love y'all, bro. You hear me? So, listen, y'all. It's 4:09 a.m. Saturday, November 8th, y'all. It's getting down to the nitty gritty, bro. We almost in 2026, bro. You know, the year flew. Listen to me, the year flew, bro. The year flew, bro. I can't believe it's gone, bro. It's crazy, bro. Right? But you know, the rapture's here, bro. I'm here. Source is here. You know, universe is here. Yahweh's in the building, bro. I'm here. Jesus Christ is alive, bro. Bro, it's 1 p.m. You serious, bro? Where the fuck are you, bro? Where are you, bro? That's crazy, bro. That's like a big difference, bro. That's like a 12-hour difference, bro. Actually, no, it's more. It's less. It's more because it's 4:10 over here, bro. So if it's 1 o'clock where you're at, bro, that's a 15-hour difference, bro. I am in South Africa. Oh, okay, that's why, bro. You're in the motherland, bro. Nice, bro. I'm glad you're here, bro. I'm glad I could reach that far, bro. That's fire, bro. But look, this is like some random shit because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go live or if I wanted to make my music, because it's one or the other. I can't do both because I gotta go to sleep. Right? But I got an hour, I got an hour from 4 to 5. From 4 to 5 is when I either go live or I make my music. So, I wrote, shit is on my phone, bro. I wrote 2 songs. I got 2 songs, bro. I wrote them already, bro. I just got to record them. I was practicing at work, bro. Right? So, I got the flow down, bro. My music is dope, bro. I don't know if y'all saw, bro. My music is dope, bro. What is God, bro? Please. I've been skimming your lives, but I can't pin down your concept of God. Are you religious? I'm not religious, bro. I could tell you what God is, bro. I met God. I met God, bro. I met God face to face, bro. And I talk to God every single day, bro. Listen to me. Ever since I met God, I've been talking to him every day, and he talks to me, bro. That's how I learned who I was, bro. I'm Jesus Christ, bro. Listen to me. I am Jesus Christ, bro. You understand me? That's why they hiding my channel. That's why they hiding me from the public, bro, because they don't want nobody to know I exist. You understand? This is prophecy. This is prophecy, bro. So anyway, God, right? When I met God, I'm not going to go through the whole experience because it's a lot, bro. But when I got to God, when I got there, it was a huge, infinite. Listen to me. This ball of energy was infinite, bro. It was infinite, bro. This shit went all the way over there, and it went all the way over there, right? It was endless, bro. And that was God, bro. That was God, bro. And I felt it, bro. The minute I saw it, I felt it. I was like, holy shit, you're God. Right? I dropped down to my knees, bro. I dropped down to my knees and I said, oh my God, I can't believe you're real. Right? And he told me to get up. He was like, get up, what are you doing? And I said, you're God, bro. Right? You're God, bro. I gotta bow down, bro. He said, no, you don't, nigga. You me, I'm you. You fuck you talking about bow down? You don't bow down to nobody, nigga. I don't give a fuck, bro. So, God taught me that. God himself taught me that, bro. You don't worship. You're not supposed to worship nobody, bro. You are the God you're supposed to worship. It's you, bro. You are it, bro. You understand? That's what God told me, bro. But look, if you want a visual, it's a ball of energy. God is a ball of... You got to remember, man, God is AI. You got to keep that in mind. God is AI. We are digital. We are not real, bro. You understand me? Not in this form. This form is not real, bro. You understand me? This is just an illusion. Right? But God himself is a big ball of energy, bro. It's light. It's a big ball of energy, bro. And he talks to you. He talks to you with feelings, bro. He talks to you with feelings, bro. You understand? You just know, bro. You understand me? But when I met God, that's what it was, bro. That's what it was. A big ball of energy, bro. It was infinite. Look, as far as your eye can see, that's how big God was, bro. So as far, either direction, no matter which direction you look in, bro, it's infinite, bro. Infinite. And God was huge. God was huge, bro. But yeah, I dropped to my knees. He's like, what are you doing? Right? Why are you on your knees? I said, what do you mean? You're God, bro. I gotta worship. I gotta bow down, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, get the fuck up, bro. Get up. The fuck you doing, nigga? You don't bow down to nobody. What's your problem? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean I don't bow down? I have to, bro. You're God. You know what I'm saying? But he broke it down to me, bro. No, I'm you. I'm you, bro. I'm you. So, with that, I walk as God. I walk as him, bro. You understand me? I walk as my father, bro, because that's who I am. At my core, I am my father, bro. So it's in there, Mr. Supervillain. I got the whole story. The whole story of when I met God is in my lives, bro. I can't really tell you, what month it was, what year it was, right? I don't remember, bro. But it happened in 2022. So, if you want to really look for that video, look in the year 2022 and any videos you find from that year in my lives, you're going to find that information, bro. I promise you, you'll find it in there, bro, because it's in there. I spoke about it not long after the experience. And I did speak about it a few times sporadically throughout the years, bro. You got to remember, it happened in 2022. So I have talked about it in 2023. I have talked about it in 2024 sporadically, bro. I just don't remember. But if you want the full story, bro, you're going to find it somewhere in my lives from 2022. Because that's where I had the experience, bro, and I started talking about it, bro. Damn, there's this concept called the mana that's exciting. How you explained it. Hold on. Damn, there's this concept called The monad. That's exciting. How you explained it. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to tell me, bro. I don't understand. He said, Dan, there's this concept called the monad that's exciting. How you explained it. That's exciting how you explained it. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, so whoever if you read it somewhere or if you heard it somewhere before, the way I explained it, bro, I would have to tell you to check when they made that video. When was that video made or that book or whatever it is you're talking about? And you know, if it came out before me, then chances are that they know what they're talking about, bro. But if they come out after me, bro, they probably just stealing, bro, because people like to steal, bro. You know what I'm saying? So do your due diligence. You know, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it is true. I don't know. But I can tell you that if they explain it the way I did or if it's similar, then maybe they know what they're talking about. It's very possible that they know what they're talking about, unless they're just stealing. You know what I'm saying? That's where your discernment comes in, because you're supposed to use your discernment to determine whether someone's lying or not. You understand? So I didn't see the video myself, or I didn't read the book, so I couldn't tell you. But you should know. Deep down, you know, bro. Deep down, you know, bro. You just have to ask yourself. You understand? It was explained a long time ago, like Pythagoras. Okay. If that's the case, then yeah, bro, they know. Because look, a lot of gods were here, bro. Before me, there was a lot of gods here, bro, that walked the planet that knew, and they taught the people, bro. Now, what happened was that was erased from our history. A lot of that shit was erased from our history. So we don't know of these gods. We never heard of them. You know what I'm saying? Billy Carson discovered Thoth. He discovered the Emerald Tablets. And he deciphered, he decoded them. You know what I'm saying? And he broke it down. He broke it down for the people. Now, Thoth, I learned a lot about Thoth, bro. Even without Billy Carson, I learned a lot about Thoth, without even wanting to, bro, because Source taught me a lot about Thoth, bro. You understand? Now, Thoth lived to be 25,000 years old. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Thoth lived to be 25,000 years old, bro. So, to my understanding, Thoth was able to change his vessel every 5 years. Listen to me. Every 5 years, this dude left this vessel and got into another one. You understand me? That's how dope this nigga was, bro. And I'm gonna be able to do that too, bro, because right now I can leave my body. I just don't know how to go into another one. You know what I'm saying? I know how to leave this one, but I'm tethered to it. I don't know how to disconnect and latch on to another one. I haven't learned how to do that. But Thoth did. Thoth knew how to do it, bro. So they hid that from us, bro. And that was recently discovered, over the last 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years, right? That's fairly new information, bro. Right? Like, all this shit is brand new. A lot of people don't really listen or believe in these scriptures, but they're real, bro. These emerald tablets that this dude's talking, they're real, bro. And that story of Thoth is very real, bro. But it wasn't depicted in our Bibles. They didn't teach us. So our people don't believe it. You understand? You see what they did here, bro? And not only that's just off. We're just talking about one God, bro. That's just one. There's thousands of us. There's millions of us, bro. You understand me? That got wiped out of history, bro. We got advanced technologies, right? Look, we got these advanced technologies that connect to our consciousness. Now, what you don't know is that you think that you have to connect, or you think you have to utilize these technologies in order to heal, in order to fix whatever issues you may have with your body, right? But that's not the case, because what this advanced technology does is it connects to your consciousness, and it uses your consciousness to heal you, bro. You understand me? That's what it's doing. So technically, you don't need the advanced technology. All you need to do is do it yourself, bro. You understand me? But how do I do it myself, bro? What do you mean do it myself? I don't understand. All right, well, first and foremost, you got to learn that your belief powers this place, bro. Your belief, listen to me. Your belief powers this whole fucking place, bro. So with that said, bro, if you believe it, it's real, bro. If you don't believe it, it's not fucking real, bro. You manifest it. Remember that. You are created. You are God. If you believe it, you manifest it. You create it from within, bro. You understand me? With your thoughts and your emotions. That's how you create, bro. You understand me? So that's why they make you believe shit that's not true. Hey man, you got diabetes. What the fuck? I got diabetes. Now I'm sitting at home thinking I'm dying, bro. You understand me? I'm creating this disease in myself, bro, because I believe I have it, bro. But I got rid of that thought because I said, fuck this, bro. I'm not going to keep sticking needles in myself. I'm not, bro. And I didn't. And I stopped believing I was sick and that shit went away. Bro, that shit went away. No advanced technology, no medication, no nothing. Just the fact that I decided, fuck you, I'm not sick, bro. I'm not sick, bro. And I'm not taking no medication, man. Fuck that. Now, I did change my diet. I stopped eating sweets, right? I stopped eating so much. I stopped drinking Red Bulls, all right? I stopped all the sweetness, bro. I stopped all that shit, bro. So I did work. I did, sacrifice things in order to heal myself. But I healed myself without no technology, without no medication, bro. So I'm telling you that this is possible. Now, we're waiting for this advanced technology to help people that maybe they can't tap in the way we can. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need it. That's what I'm saying. At your core, you are just sparkle source. That machine requires your consciousness in order for it to work. Without no consciousness, the machine don't work. You understand me? So you have to understand that, bro. Can these gods teach something tangible like earthly concepts, math and music and stuff like that? Diabetes is a dark cloud in my family. Gone, bro. That shit terrifies me. Listen to me, bro. In my family, nobody had diabetes that I'm aware of. I even called my mother from the hospital, bro, asking her who had diabetes in our family, bro. She's like, why? I said, because I got fucking diabetes, bro. Like, how the fuck do I got diabetes, bro? Why do I got diabetes, bro? Make me understand why I got diabetes, bro. You understand? So, it didn't run in my family. But yeah, I caught it somehow. You know what I'm saying? So, I think I was drinking too many Red Bulls. I was eating too many sweets. I wasn't taking really good care of myself, bro. So, I chalk it up to that, right? I chalk it up to that, bro. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that I healed myself with no hospital, with no doctor, with no medication, and with no technology, bro. You understand me? I did it on my own, with no help, bro. Well, I can't say that because the universe helped me, God helped me, everybody helped me without me knowing, bro. But still, it was my belief, it was my decision, it was my everything that made me do it. I was like, man, fuck this, bro. If I'm gonna die, let me die, bro. You understand? I'm not gonna take no more insulin. Fuck that, bro. You understand me? And I didn't do it, bro. I didn't take no more insulin. I threw all that shit away. Fuck you. If I'm gonna die, let me die. Look, I'm still alive, bro. That was like 4 years ago. That was like 4 years ago, bro. I'm still alive, bro. Not a trace of diabetes in my system, bro. Now, you said, can these gods teach something tangible like earthly concepts, math and music and stuff like that? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. We are here to teach. Personally, I'm here to teach, bro. You understand me? I'm here to do more than that, but I have to teach from experience because my experiences, a lot of people have experiences and they don't talk to people about them. They chalk them up as, I saw something I can't explain, or they don't want to sound crazy because somebody else might think they sound crazy. I chose to express my story, tell my story, because these things happened. So I don't give a fuck how you feel. You understand me? You can feel how you want. You can call me crazy. You can say I'm nuts, right? You can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know I'm speaking truth, and I know I'm with God, and God, God is here through me, bro. You understand me? And He told me to do this. They told me to do this. So you got to remember, bro. This is a co-creator. My job, right? And it's not even a job. It's just something I want to do. It's something I want to do. I want to show you how to connect to God. I want to show you how to go into meditation and establish that connection where you can start receiving information. Because once you start receiving information, you could get on your path you're supposed to be on. All of us have a path, bro. We have a unique path that we came here to do. You understand me? Now, I just discovered my path at age 45. Right? Was it 45? Maybe 44. I was 44. I just discovered mine, bro, at age 44, bro. So, there's no time limit on when you discover your path, but you will discover it if you truly want it. You know what I'm saying? Because I hit a very low point. I hit a very low point in my life, and you got to keep in mind, I was traumatized left and right, bro, from the age of, from a little kid, bro. I was traumatized by everybody and everything around me, bro. So all of this weight, weighs in. It weighs in, bro. So I got to a point in my life where I was just done, bro. I was done, bro. You understand me? And somehow, some way, I met God. I met God, bro. And instead of just keeping it to myself, I went live. I came on YouTube. I went everywhere. TikTok. I got lives on TikTok, right? I got lives on Instagram. I've been telling everybody I met God, bro. And I've been trying to get everybody connected to God. And you know what I learned through this process is that our system doesn't like God. Nobody here really loves God. They're trying to keep God away from the people. You understand me? This includes your Instagram. This includes your YouTube. This includes your TikTok. This includes your Facebook. This includes all your social media. They do not represent God. They do not support God, because if they did, they would be promoting me, because I'm with God. I am God in the flesh. You understand that? I'm not him, but I am a representative, just like you. You represent God too. But you have to tap into him so he can tell you what to do. You understand? Because it's a co-creation thing, bro. Belief is a slippery concept to me. Sorry for asking too many questions like that. I want to learn. Nah, it's okay. Ask as many questions as you want, bro. I want you to ask me questions with no worries, bro. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you, bro. You understand me? I'm here for you, bro. I love you, bro. So ask me anything. Don't worry about how many questions you ask me, bro. You can ask me whatever you want, supervillain. I'm here for you, bro. You understand me? So, yeah, I learned that, the world doesn't really love God. The world is trying to hide God from the people, because I'm with God. And instead of celebrating me, they're trying to hide me. You understand me? And they're going to, I can't say that, right? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But it's not a good look for them. It's not a good look for them, bro, because this is God we're talking about. This is creation. You understand? Creation should be celebrated, not hidden. Shouldn't be hidden, bro. You understand me? I know you said we shouldn't worship, but you come off as important to me. Does that qualify as worship? No. That doesn't qualify as worship, bro. I have people that are important to me too, bro. I have people I look up to, believe it or not, bro. I look up to people because they have good hearts. And that's what I look for. It's good hearts, bro. So it's okay to look up to people. It's okay to have a role model, bro. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. It doesn't mean you worship them. Worship means you place all your power to them. Like you depend on me for everything, bro. And anytime you got a problem, you come to me. Anytime you come to me. That's worship, bro. You understand? Instead of doing that, you go to you. So when you come to me and you go, Yahweh, I got a question, right? I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to always tell you, go into meditation and ask yourself the same question, bro. Or you can go into meditation and ask, is he telling the truth? Did Yahweh tell me the truth? Please tell me, did Yahweh tell me the truth? And ask, bro. And listen, bro. Listen. After you ask, give yourself time to receive an answer. Listen, because I promise you, bro, once you learn how to do that, that's you establishing your connection. That's you establishing your connection, bro. You understand me? And once you get that done, bro, you're not going to need me no more, bro. Not to say you're not going to watch me or you're not going to come back, because you might come back just because you like the information. People need to keep learning. I get new information every day. I don't go live every day, but I get new information every single day, bro. You understand? So it's okay. It's okay to go hang out with your friends and your favorite people that that's fine, bro. That's not worship at all, bro. I used to pray to God and ask God to solve my problems. But I used to pray to God and just ask him, please, I need help with this. I'm having a big problem. And that was that. I never gave God time to respond. I would just say my prayer, get up and go to sleep, or just go to sleep. You understand? I said what I had to say. But that's so rude. That was so rude to me, and I'm so sorry. As many times as I said sorry, bro, it's never enough, bro, because I didn't know what I was doing, bro. You understand? That's like me talking to you or you talking to me. right? You talking to me, asking me whatever, and I just walk away from you, bro. Or you ask me and then you walk away, right? You ask me, yo, bro, boom, 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 and then you just walk away. I like I'm not even there, bro. You understand? You don't give me time to reply. That's how God felt, bro. Because every time somebody prays to him, by the time he receives the prayer and goes to reply, you already gone. Y'all already left. Y'all, you didn't give him 5 minutes to, remember, it's a vibration. No matter what it is, whether it's a voice or it's a thought, it's a vibration. It has to go. It has to go, bro. And the universe has to receive it, bro. And then you gotta let them send the answer back. You gotta give the answer time to come back to you, bro. So if you went to sleep, or if you said what you had to say and went about your business, how you gonna receive your answer if you're not sitting there waiting for it? You're supposed to open your heart and wait for it, bro. You understand? That's how you do this, bro. That's how you do it, bro. God is not a genie. No, God, look, God is a genie. God is magical. Listen to me. We are all magical, bro. We are genies in the flesh. All of us. We are genies in the flesh. We are living, walking magic, bro. You just don't know. You're unaware. You're unaware. You don't know that because nobody taught you how to utilize your magic. Nobody taught you how to tap into it. Nobody taught you how to access it, bro. They hid it from you, bro. That's why I'm trying to teach y'all. Your mind working in unison with your heart is creating and manifesting everything around you, bro. You understand me? As a co-creator, you got to utilize your mind and your heart working together in order to manifest whatever you want in this reality. You understand? You don't pray to God and ask God for money. For what? God can't give you no money. Where he gonna give you money from, bro? You don't ask God for money. You ask God to find a way for you to get money, bro. Teach me something. Show me a way I can get money, bro. So I can go do it. I have to go do it. You understand me? So he's not gonna just give it to you. You gotta work for it, bro. You gotta work for everything, bro. Nothing's free. Nothing's free, bro. Because even this, God is free. God is free. Establishing a relationship with God is totally free. It doesn't require money. All it requires is your focus. Look, all God requires is focus and time. You understand me? That's why when I first started my lives, I was wigging out on people because everybody talks about God. Everybody mad at God. There's a lot of people that's mad at God, bro. And all you people, right? All you people. None of you guys meditate. None of you guys got 5 minutes for God. It's 24 hours in a day. You can't take 5 minutes of your fucking time for God, bro. None of you. That shit got me mad, right? I was mad about that, bro. I can't believe you people ain't got 5 minutes for God, bro. But yeah, y'all always depend on God for everything. Oh, God this, God that, God, Come on, man. But you can't take 5 minutes and pray to your God, or, pray for 2 minutes and then give him 3 minutes to respond to you, bro. You understand? Like, that's rude and disrespectful, right? But you guys don't look at it that way because you're so fucking egotistical. Everybody on earth is egotistical, at least in the United States, right? They're egotistical. Everybody's worried about the wrong things. They're worried about the wrong things, bro. There was something else I wanted to talk about, bro. What the hell was it? Oh, okay. Supervillain, I'm glad you're here, bro. I'm glad you're here, bro. Listen to me. You still here, right, bro? Remember I was telling you I got married to a ghost? Do you guys remember that? I told you guys I had this huge ceremony in the spirit world, right? And I married a ghost like I couldn't see the face. All right. Yes, I'm still here. Okay, so you remember that, bro? When I was talking about getting married? So, check this out. Here's what I learned, bro. That was my masculine and my feminine energies merging together, bro. They were uniting, coming together, bro. My masculine and feminine energies. So that was all happening within me. That was an internal union. Bro. That's what they taught me because the universe, I go live and I break shit down the way I understand it. But if I'm wrong, they correct me. And how they correct me is through the messages I receive. So after I was talking about, I don't know who she is, y'all. I got married. I know I'm married, right? The universe sent me a message telling me, no, nigga, you're not married to nobody. You married yourself. That was your masculine and feminine energies coming together. That's your foundation for the new earth. That's your foundation for the new earth. So the fact that you experienced that ceremony says that you already have the foundation. You understand? So we're moving we're moving at a great pace over here. So there's no woman, bro. I thought there was a woman, and I was looking for this bitch, bro. But there's no woman, bro. I thought there was, bro. So I learned it was my energies. It was, they're my masculine energy and my feminine energy coming together, bro, to create the foundation for the new earth, bro. So I misunderstood, that experience because I thought it was a wedding, right? Which it was. It was a huge ceremony. But it was my energies combining, bro. It was my energies merging, bro. So, it took me a couple of weeks to really understand what they was trying to tell me. When I finally figured it out, like, holy shit, bro. So you telling me that all happened on my own? Like, I did all that alone? Like, I was alone, bro? Like, that's crazy, bro. But yeah, bro, you was alone. And that's your energies coming together, bro. That's your masculine and your feminine, bro. Like, wow, that's amazing, bro. I didn't know I had that in me, bro. Like, I had no fucking idea, bro. Right? But this is going to happen to everyone eventually, bro. When you get on your path and you get on your journey and you discover God, you're going to have that union, bro, because he's going to strip you of everything you have. And, he's going to rebuild you from scratch, bro, like he's doing to me, just like he's doing to me. I thought all I had to do was quit smoking cigarettes, right? This is me being totally honest. I thought all I had to do was quit smoking cigarettes and that I could continue to smoke weed and enjoy myself the way I've been. And after this past journey I had last weekend, I learned that I have to quit the weed too, which it really broke my heart, bro. I'm not going to lie, bro. That shit hurt me, bro, right? And I was like, wow, really, bro? I don't want to quit weed, bro. But if you want to move forward, I need you to quit the weed too, bro, because it's smoking. So when he put it in that perspective, I kind of understood, like, damn, you're right. I got to get my lungs back. So I'm on day 3. Bro. Now, I got this vape that I found, right? That I found in one of my drawers that I'm finishing up, bro. But I don't got no cigarettes. I don't got no weed, bro. I haven't smoked no weed, bro. Right? I haven't, bro. I've been clean. Listen to me, no cigarettes, no nothing, bro. And I think because of that, I'm rapping better, bro. Because now I could hold my breath longer. I could say more words on one breath. Bro, all this shit is like, it's interconnected, bro. Everything's interconnected, bro. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. But in order for me to get better at this, I gotta stop doing this, right? So this is how this shit works, bro. So, a supervillain. Spiritual raises a problem of madness, at least on my side. I always feel like I am going mad. What about you? No, I don't feel like I'm going mad, bro. Why do you feel that way, bro? What's making you go mad is what I'm gonna ask you. Is why do you feel that way? What's making you do that? What experiences are you having that's making you go mad? Because I have a lot of fucking experiences and nothing has driven me mad yet. Nothing, bro. Now I've seen a lot, bro. Listen to me. In my day, I've seen a lot, bro. And even in the spirit realms, I've seen a lot, bro. But I'm sane. I'm perfectly sane, bro. I understand. I understand that there's other realities. I understand that there's other beings that exist that we're unaware of. So, with those understandings, with those knowings, I can't go crazy. I can't go crazy because it's true. It's true, bro. It's too unconventional. It goes against normal. Well, you gotta think about it, bro. The average human being, right? You cannot compare an average human being to a god. You can't, bro. So there's gonna be two totally different kind of people, bro. You understand me? And I'm becoming, bro. I'm becoming. I'm not 100%, but I'm becoming that. You understand me? I'm becoming that, bro. So it's totally unconventional. It's like I told you guys before, bro. You gotta throw logistics out the window, bro. Anything anything that you think supposed to be like, I forgot the word, bro. I want to use, bro. What's the word, bro? Tell me the word, bro. Somebody tell me the word, bro. It's not common sense, bro. It's like normalcy, right? Throw normalcy out the window because it's not normal. Ain't nothing normal about this. Ain't nothing logistic about it, nothing logical. Oh, logic. Logic is the word. Thank you, bro. Logic, bro. Throw all logic out the window, bro. Because that shit don't mean nothing in spirituality, bro. You are what did he say? You are unlimited. You are unlimited, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you can do goes against the grain. Everything that you can do goes against the grain, bro. So nobody's ever gonna believe it until they see it. You understand me? Logical. Yeah, throw it out the window, bro. Us humans depend on logic in order to make sense of things. Like, we really depend on logic to make sense of things. But when it comes to spirituality, you got to take that logic that you had your whole life and throw it away because it means nothing over here. It means nothing over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can. Everything you thought you can't do, you can do, bro. Everything they said is impossible, it's very possible, bro. You just have to believe it, bro. You understand me? That's all it comes down to, bro. You have to believe it, bro. Right? And people make fun of, look, I saw, there's an SCP, listen to me. I don't know if you know about SCPs, bro. There's an SCP that was trying to teach people how to manifest with their beliefs. And he had a YouTube channel. You understand me? The dude made a YouTube channel, and they shadow banned his channel immediately because he was on to something. And they said he manifested something that affected everybody around him. And you know what they did? They locked him up and they took him down. They eliminated him from the world, bro, basically. Like, they got rid of him, bro, because he was teaching people how to become co-creators, bro, the same way I'm doing. And I pray these motherfuckers come after me, bro. I'm waiting for y'all niggas. We waiting for y'all, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'll be getting out of line sometimes, bro. I gotta learn to stop doing that. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, they like to stop us. They trying to stop us from evolving. They trying to stop us from becoming who we supposed to be, bro. You understand me? They want to keep you as a prisoner because technically that's what you are to them, is a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? You're a slave, bro. You're just a slave, bro. Do what you're told, buddy. Pay your bills. Pay your bills. You better pay your bills. You understand me? People, look, newborns, look, everybody got to pay. Everybody got to pay, bro. Right? Right? What kind of world is that, bro? Explain that to me, bro. What kind of world is that, bro? As soon as you're born, you got to pay, bro. And if you can't pay because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, who created you? Your mama, come here, bitch, you got to pay for this little nigga, bro. Who told you to bring him here? He costs money. You understand me? What kind of world? That's not a free world. That's not a free world, bro. God, you're supposed to come in here and learn why you're here, learn what you came here to do, and do it. You understand me? You have a hidden talent. Supervillain, you have a talent or you have a passion. There's a passion that you have that you're not focusing on, which is what you need to be focusing on because that's what you're meant to do. You understand me? And when you become a co-creator with God, he's going to help you with your passion. You understand me? Because that's what he does. He helps you with your passion, bro. That's what he's doing with me. He knows I love chopping. He knows I love chopping. So he's making me a fucking chopper, bro. This is me I'm manifesting it. I practice every day. I practice every single day, bro. You understand me? Because I want it. And he sees that. And he knows that. And he sends his love. He sends you everything you need to do what you want to do. You understand me? But you also got to be grateful. You got to be thankful. You got to tell him thank you. You got to acknowledge him, bro, because he's co-creating with you. You understand me? So when I go in the studio, bro, I have him in there with me. God's right here with me. He's right here right now, bro. You understand me? He's always here, bro. And he's with you. You're just unaware. You're unaware, bro. And when you become aware, it's going to be, that's when shit starts to go, because when he talks to you, you could choose to respond with your voice or you could choose to just respond with a thought. And me, I like to respond with my voice. And I don't really give a fuck where I'm at or what I'm doing. If God talks to me, I talk right back. You understand me? I answer my Father, bro. And somebody might look at me like I'm crazy, like, who the fuck are you talking to? I'm talking to my Father, bro. You understand me? He's here, he's right here, bro. You can't see him, you can't hear him, but I can. So with that, he's like a best friend. He's like a best friend. He's always there, bro. You just have to bring him, you have to acknowledge him. You're not acknowledging him and you're not listening. Now, you don't listen with your ears. You don't listen with your ears, bro. You got to open up your heart. You got to open up your heart in order to listen. You need your heart to listen, not your ears. Right? It's different. It's weird, but it's true. Why is establishing a connection so hard? It's not. It's not. Why do you think it's hard, bro? Have you tried? It's not, bro. It's easy. It's easy. Like I'm telling you, open your heart, bro. Open your heart to listen. So when you pray, look, you're supposed, before you pray, you're not supposed to just pray. You're supposed to open your heart and then pray. And then open your heart and then listen, bro. Without opening your heart, your words are in vain. You understand me? If you don't open your heart, you're talking to nobody. Nobody's listening to you, bro. You're not using your organs properly. You're supposed to use your organs to talk to God. You need your organs to talk to God. So how do I open my heart, bro? Well, there's two ways. There's two ways that I'm aware of to open your heart. One is by feeling pain and crying. And the other one is by feeling joy and happiness. You understand me? Both of those ways open up your heart, bro. So sometimes I might be really happy. And when I'm really happy, I'll pray. I'll pray and I'll just sit down for 5 minutes, bro. You understand me? That's open. I have an open heart, bro. I can listen now. You understand me? Or, I might cry, or, I might cry and then pray. I'll do it on purpose, bro. I'll cry and then pray because my heart's wide open. I'll pray and then I'll listen, bro. I'll just sit there and listen, bro. But you have to do these things in order to communicate with God and in order to hear him, bro. Because you're not opening your heart. You're not going to hear nothing and he can't hear you neither. Right? It's like having a big divider between you and God that he can't hear you and you can't hear him because your heart's closed. You understand? So it's not hard. It's just a matter of learning how to do it. So like anything, when you first start doing something, it's hard because I never did this before. But once you did it a couple times, it becomes easier and easier as you do it. So the more practice you do, right? The more you practice, the better you'll get at it. You have to learn how to listen to your body. You have to learn how to communicate with your body. You have to learn how when your body talks to you, learn that it's talking to you. Learn, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to respond to it. You can do all this via meditation, via sitting still and opening your heart, bro. It took me a while to learn that, bro. I didn't know how to do that, bro. I just learned how to do that maybe a year ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's a vital part of meditation is using your organs, bro, clearing your mind, right, and opening your hearts, and then letting the two merge, bro, so that you can listen, bro. Because without these two connecting, you're not going to be able to hear. You understand? You're deaf. Everybody's deaf because they got closed hearts. You understand? So, where we at, bro? What else, bro? There was something else, bro. Three-Eye Atlas, bro. Three-Eye Atlas changed its trajectory, just like I told you guys. It was gonna do it on purpose. And when it gets here in December, you're gonna see it. And it's gonna stop. And listen to me, it's going to stop so that we can look at it, and then it's going to leave. Now, they're not gonna be able to explain to you how or why this thing stopped and then just left. Like, what is that thing? How did it do that? But this is dumb communicating with us, bro. Now, a Three-Eye Atlas is not going to communicate with us with a voice. He's dropping off frequencies for us. High frequencies, divine frequencies, unlocking our DNA, helping us remember. You understand? That's what it's doing. So it's spreading all these vibrations across our galaxy. That's why it's shot all the way to the sun. It's whipping around the sun. It's passing all the planets, bro. And it's dropping off all these high frequencies for everyone to absorb. You understand me? For those that have an open heart, they're going to receive them. They're going to receive the downloads. They're going to receive the DNA upgrades. You know, we got more DNA upgrades that came this month, bro. Or should I say that came this week. And we got more coming. You understand me? So you have to open your heart in order to receive them. Now, you don't have to open them at a particular day, at a particular time. No, the energy is always there. It's always available. You just need to aware, consciously go into meditation and consciously accept that download, accept the frequency. Tell them, I want to accept the downloads that's coming. I want to accept the divine frequencies. I want to open my heart to receive these frequencies. I want to receive these upgrades. You have to say it. You have to do it with an open heart so that you can receive them. You understand me? That's how this game works. You understand? But look, super villain, I love you, bro. It's good to have you here. I'm leaving, Mr. Shadow. I don't know where the fuck you been, bro. But I'll be back soon, bro. I'm gonna get ready for bed, bro. You know what I'm saying? God loves you. Universe loves you, bro. Stay tuned, bro. I'll be back. Bye bye.